No man separate.
Yo, what up? What it do? I had to step away for a minute, but I had to let this beat. I had to let this beat rock for a second, but I did have to step away at the same time. But I figure I'd let you. I figure I'd give y'all some head bopping music before I get started. But listen, season one is about over. We got about 2 more weeks left. It's been a good first season. It's been a fun first season, and it's about that time. It's about the time for playoffs. You know, we got a playoff race still going on, and I believe in both conferences. But that's what we're about to see right now. In AFC right now, we got the number one seed Ravens. He's been balling all year. You know, he's been handling his business. He's number one seed, but with the number one seed also comes a lot of pressure, right? Because you get the bye, you get home field. The last thing you want to do is be one and done. So pressure comes with being number one seed. Everybody ain't built for number one seed, you know, but if you got a chance to be the number one seed, you definitely want to take advantage of it. So, Ravens, he's been doing his thing. He earned this number one spot. Titans, they had a great season. Also, they got a great record, you know, but 11-4 is not going to be enough. But then again, you know, it's not over yet. As you can see, the Ravens don't have that Z next to his name, which means he locked up the number one spot. If he wins this week's matchup, you know, then I'm more than sure he locked up the number one spot. But he got the magic number for him is 1 for the number one seed. But you know, we'll see what happens. The Browns just played. The Browns got swept by the Ravens for the year, which is surprising because if anything, I'd have thought they would have split. You know, but I will tell you this: it's hard to beat a team 3 times in the same season. And I'm telling you now, if the Ravens meet the Browns in the playoffs, them 2 wins that he got don't mean nothing if he don't win the biggest one of the year. And trust me, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. I don't care. I don't care who it is. It's just the third time. You know how they say 3 times the charm? It's hard to beat somebody 3 times. And we're talking about a Super Bowl, multiple time Super Bowl winner. So that's going to be very interesting. Browns is taking his show on the road. He will be a wild card. The Chargers right now, they're, as far as the division, they're still in division battle. They're 10-6 with the Chiefs, who's 9-6. So that division is coming down to the end, to the final week or two, and there might be a chance them two play each other, because the last like 2 weeks or a week of the season, the division teams basically play each other. So, you know. Yeah, no, I know he balling, but I also know it's hard to beat somebody 3 times in a row. I've seen it happen all last Madden. I've seen people get swept in the regular season and then they lose that playoff game. You know, so you know, there's no time to relax right now. You know, number one seed or not, no time to relax. You know, number one seed, that means you got your eye on the prize. So you got to come with it. It's either go hard or go home. But that AFC West is definitely shaping up to be something to the end. Buffalo pulled the carpet from under the Jets, right up from under the Jets. The Jets, as I remember a couple of weeks ago, was in first by like 2 games. He had a chance, in my opinion, to put the finishing touches on the division. All he had to do was beat Buffalo, and I don't think Buffalo would have caught him. But instead of going up by 3 games, for the division, he lost to Buffalo, and Buffalo cut that division lead to 1. And as you can see, Buffalo's on a 5-game win streak. Jets been cold, and I always tell y'all, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I'd rather go into the playoffs hot than go into the playoffs cold. I'd rather be playing good in the second half of the season than the first. The Jets are not playing as good a ball in the second season as they was in the first half of the season. And that's a problem. And that's a problem because, like I said, you don't want to limp. You don't want to limp into the playoffs. You want to come into the playoffs with some swag. You know what I'm saying? Right about now, the Jets are looking like one of them teams that they might make it, but they're just in. They ain't coming in with no confidence. And if you remember at the beginning of the year, he was in the top 10 once upon a time, and things was looking real good in New York, but they had to put that champagne on ice. Not only that, they never got a chance to. They never got a chance to pull that champagne out, period. I said DP is a baller, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what he is. DP is a real good player, man. You know what I'm saying? Real good. He put his work in last Madden, so I already know what time it was with him. So even when the Jets was up by a few games, I knew it was going to boil down to what he do against DP one-on-one. And DP, man, listen, 5-game win streak. DP, right now, the Bills are one of them teams that I'm talking about. You're going into the playoffs with some momentum. You don't want to limp into the playoffs. You want to go into the playoffs with some swag. And right now, Buffalo got it. I think the division is over. You can wrap it up. Buffalo going to win that division, in my opinion. And the Jets going to have to figure out what they was doing in the beginning of the season to have success, to see what they could do now. But it ain't looking good for them right now. I'm telling you right now, the Jets looking like a one-and-done team come playoff time. But, listen, when the playoffs come, you got to forget about the regular season. You just gotta strap on your hard hat and, come with it. Like I said, the Chiefs and the Broncos, actually, for that matter, is in the division battle. So this whole AFC West is still up for grabs. Chargers is who? That's, the Chargers is Trey Dog. Trey Dog is the Chargers. He's 10-5. He controls his own destiny, Broncos, they're another team that haven't been playing good the second half of the season. Remember, I did a fifth quarter a couple of weeks ago, and I said that in the second half of the season, you're going to see teams that started off good cool off, and you're going to see teams that started off slow get hot. And that's exactly what's been happening. Jets, one of them teams that cooled off in the second half of the season. Denver's one of them teams that cooled off in the second half of the season. And it's more. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more. But, again, you just want to get in. You understand? It don't matter what your record is. It don't matter if you got 8 losses, 9 losses, you make the playoffs. Once you're in, everybody's record is 0-0. You know what I mean? So just get in and forget about what happened in the regular season and focus on what's in front of you. So, but this AFC West, it's going to come down. It's going to come down to the final week, I think. And I don't even know if one, and I'm pretty sure you can take this to the bank. One of them 3 teams, the Chiefs, Broncos, and Chargers, one of them 3 teams going to play each other. I promise you that. If it's not this week, it's definitely the week after. I don't even know what week this is. Week 17? What is it? One more week left? Yeah. So one of them, out of them 3 teams, 2 of them going to play each other. You're not in, E. You got 6 losses. You ain't got no X next to your name. And that's it, right? So now let's go peek at something real quick. Let me see this playoff. E, don't matter. You gotta focus on what you got left, E. All right, unless you got ain't no CPU teams. So who do you have? Let me see something, E. Cause you saying you in. You ain't in, bro. You ain't got no X next to your name. So, all right, you just lost to the Seahawks. And you got to play G. E, you ain't in nothing. You got 6 losses. If you lose to the Dolphins, you're out of here. You ain't in. You ain't in, E, and that's going to be a big collapse for you. Because you went from being in first place for a large portion of the year to missing the playoffs. You got your work cut out for you. So you got your work cut out for you. Since I'm here, let me take a look at a few other things. The Chargers, right? Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos. I said Chiefs. Chiefs is that's Dre. Dre played just like I told y'all. He plays Denver this week. So Chiefs got 6 losses. Denver got 6 losses. One of them teams. It don't matter, E. The Broncos got 6 losses like you. So check this out, E. That only applies if you and Denver finish for the final spot and y'all both got 7 losses. Or y'all both have 6 losses. Then you get the tiebreaker over him. But if Broncos win this week and Broncos win next week and you lose to the Dolphins next week, guess what that means, E? 1, 2, 3, Cancun. You out of here, my boy. You better just focus on Miami and stop worrying about the tiebreaker you got over Denver, because you just lost to the Seahawks and now you got to play Miami. So you got it rough. You got it rough, E. I'm telling you, it's not you might be out of here, E, because G definitely gonna try to come and play up. Oh, G, Dolphins, just so you know, yo, G, you definitely got your game against E-Ball next week is incentive game. If you beat E, you get a nice incentive, you know. So we're gonna see if Denver lose to the Chiefs. Dre got to win this game too, because Dre plays Lowski, and I'm telling you, Lowski is a sneaky player. You look at his record, and Lowski's been playing good in my other league, so he's another one that's improved over the second half of the season from the first half of the season. So that's a tough game against the Raiders, and you got a tough game against the Broncos, Dre. So Dre, you got your hands full too. You got 6 losses. Denver. Who does Denver play? I know Denver plays the Chiefs right now, and then he plays Trey Dog. Denver got his hands full. 2 tough games, Chiefs and Chargers. So this is it right here. This is some of y'all playoff starts now. I hear you, Dre. I hear you, Dre. I'm just saying, you know, but you got to understand. You got to understand, Dre. If you lose to the Broncos, you ain't just playing against Lowski. The pressure is on, bro. That's going to be a playoff game for you. Palms get a little sweaty. You know, you start overthinking things. You know, I'm just saying, you got to remember, you playing Lowski in week 17 ain't you playing Lowski in week 3, you know? But we're going to see. I'm just saying, you ain't got to worry about, no, you do got to worry about Lowski. You got to win your last couple of games, Dre. You know, even if you beat the Broncos, you still got to win against Lowski because you got 6 losses. Now, let's look at the Chargers. Let's look at the Chargers. Let's see what he got. That's Trey Dog. We know Trey Dog got the Broncos week 17, but he got 16. So I expect Trey Dog to win this game, right? He got 5 losses. He got 1 game lead over Chiefs and Broncos. That game right there against Denver, you know, now let's look and see. Chargers played the Broncos earlier. Who won that matchup? Chargers won this one. So Chargers looking good. He won this one. You know, Trey Dog control his own destiny. You know what I'm saying? Trey Dog control his own destiny. And that's it. Those are the wild cards. Let me see who's in right now. Who's the 7th seed in AFC? Is it the Chiefs? Yep, the Chiefs. So the Chiefs are 7, Jets are 6. This can easily get moved around. Chiefs and Broncos play this week. That's for that 7th seed. If the Broncos win, Chiefs is no longer the 7th seed. I'm guessing. I don't know. I didn't look to see who won the first time between they played. You know what I'm saying? It might have been Denver, but I'm not sure. But, you know, this is a big matchup. That Chiefs and Broncos game. Big time matchup. Jets, he lost this week, so he's still a 6th seed, I believe. Or even if he dropped to the 7th seed, don't matter. Jets still got a spot, but the Jets going to have to beat Miami. And right now, Denver's an outside looking in. Denver got it rough because Denver plays the Chiefs this week. Then he plays the Chargers the final week. So Broncos got it tough right now. Dre control his own destiny. Jets control his own destiny. You know, Jets win next week, he in. If the Chiefs, well, I can't see if the Chiefs win this week, he in. He's gonna have to probably win the last game of the season as well. But That AFC, them three teams, the Jets, the Broncos, the Chiefs, and Chargers. This is it right here. This week and next week is the tell all for them. Now moving over to the NFC, we got number one seed Lions. Murph been playing. He been balling out this year. There's nothing more to say about it. You know what I'm saying? He's been number one. He's earned the number one seed. Not only did he take Detroit, but I don't even know if he made. I think he made a trade, but he ain't make no blockbuster trade. This is basically the same Detroit roster that you looked at from week one. He didn't make no power moves. But yo man, when you're a baller, you're a baller. You know what I'm saying? And right now, Murph has been playing some hella ball over there in Detroit. He gets a bye. He's number one seed. Number 7 seed is the Bears. Who's the Bears? That's activists. So right now, the Bears number 7 seed. Number 6 seed is the Bucks. Right? The Bucks is number 7 seed. The Bucks number 6 seed. That's Corliss. And number 5 seed is the Packers. Who's the 5 seed? P.E. Earl, that's you? Yep, P.E. Earl is the 5 seed. So, yeah, because the Packers not winning his division, so that's why. Yeah, okay. All right, so now let's look and see who's fighting it. So the number 7 seed I said is the Bears, right? So the Bears are 7th seed right now. Seahawks are 1 game out from behind them. The Bears just lost, but I believe he still got the tiebreaker over the Seahawks. I don't know, but we'll see when the league advance. But Seahawks is right there with them. Seahawks got a big time win this week over the Jets. The Seahawks is fighting for his playoff lives, and that's what I'm talking about. You just want to get in. You want to get in and then see if you can shock the world once you're in. You know what I mean? But big time win for the Seahawks. That's about it. All these other teams, you know what I mean? But again, like I said, teams I spoke about. Well, let me just say this. The Lions have not wrapped up the number 1 seed just yet. The Packers is right there at 12-3. I got to look and see who Detroit played next week. I know he won his game this week, but I got to look and see who he played next week. I got to see who Green Bay played next week. The Cards, 11-4. They got a great season, but they won't catch the number 1 seed, but they will. They win the division, so they will be hosting the playoff game. Falcons, man, can't say enough about the Falcons, man. 10-5, finally lost a game. He just lost to the Ravens in a battle. Can't say enough about Atlanta, man. ATL been balling, and unfortunately they're gonna have to take their show on the road come playoff time, and we're gonna see what happens. But ATL, man, they definitely took the league by storm. Bucks 10-5. Well, hold on. I take that back. The Falcons still got a chance to win the division. Him and the Bucks right now clinched a playoff spot. But both teams got a chance to win the division. And like I said, we got to see what happens next week. Next week, going to tell it all. Even over here in the NFC. And again, like I said, man, first half of the season, teams going to play hot and then fall off in the second half. Some teams that play slow gonna pick it up in the second half of the season. Giants, one of them teams. Giants had a horrible start. Giants started off, I think, 1-4. They're on a 5-game win streak. So when you just look at that alone, they were 4-6, but their record was worse than that once upon a time. But they turned things around. That's what I'm saying. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the Giants is moving into the playoffs with some swag. This is how you want to go into the playoffs. You want to go into the playoffs on a roll. You want to go in everybody morale up. You don't want to see next to your players you see -2 because the morale is down, -1. You want to have some swag when you're moving into the playoffs. So Giants playing with some swag right now. That's about it. The Commanders are one of them teams that started off great, fell off in the second half of the season. He was leading the division easily. in the first half of the season. Had a nice, comfortable lead. Now he's under 500, will not make the playoffs. And, it's one of them things, man, where, once again, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Nah, you're not alive. I guess, you know what I'm saying, but you need the Seahawks to lose next week. The Bears lose. You need a lot. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you still alive, but then that's like saying I'm still alive, because I'm 7-9. Me and you got the split. Me and you split in the season, but it's just too much stuff that got to be done. But technically, yeah, you are still alive. But Seahawks magic number is 1. Bears magic number is 1. Seahawks need the Bears to lose next week, and Seahawks need to win next week. We're gonna look and see who they play. I know Seahawks gonna end up playing somebody out their division, so we're gonna see. But yeah, this look, man, I tell you, like, and come play, and once the playoffs start, there's no time for experimenting. Whatever it is that got you there, it's time to stay with it, but just tighten it up. You know what I mean? Because playoffs is one and done. Don't matter what your record is anymore. You can have one loss. You lose, ain't no tomorrow. You out of here. So, that's what make the football playoffs so deadly. One and done. But I'm about to take a look at this schedule to see, because over here in the NFC also there are some teams that I'm sure are gonna have to play each other. And let's see who we want to start with. Bucks, right? Bucks got a chance to win the division. He ain't win the division yet. He plays yours truly, ATL, week 17. He plays Carolina, but DK been MIA only because he's in the process of moving and everything. So, he got some stuff going on, but hopefully he'll be back ready to go next season. So the force is already set for him. But man, week 18 showdown, Bucks and Falcons for the division. If that's not the game of the week, it's one of the biggest game of the week, because you also remember I said that you got Broncos and Chargers playing next week as well. Broncos fighting for their playoff life. So it's some stuff still in the making. Week 17 is going to be a very, very exciting week, because you got teams that's going for it all. I mean, don't get me wrong, ATL and Tampa Bay is in, but whoever win that game will be hosting the playoff game, And I'm not going to lie. If I got a chance to be home, I'm going for it. You can guarantee that. I'm going for it. If I got a chance to be home, sign me up for it. So, I'm going for it. So that's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. Cards. They already handled their business. They won their division. They're not playing for nothing. They play. Oh, hold on, my bad. ATL didn't even play this week yet. Oh, I'm bugging. That one slipped under the radar. So they didn't play yet. So before I even get to week 17, week 18, the Falcons and Cards got a matchup right here. If the Tampa got the force already, so if ATL lose, Bucks win the division. It's not the end of the world. ATL's in the playoffs, But for home field advantage purposes, host that home playoff game. I'm sure ATL would like to win that game and have that playoff game in ATL. So big matchup right here. And also because they're both in, they can both end up playing each other. You know what I'm saying? At some time. So this is also good. This also means a lot just off of that. You know what I'm saying? Both teams in the playoffs. They're gonna try to feel and see who bring what to the table. This is an interesting matchup right here because these two can play each other, and we'll see how that shake out. Commanders is still alive technically. He is, right? He plays Browns this week, if he lose this week, no, he lost already. My bad, he lost. So he lost. Then he plays the Cowboys. Like I said, it's looking like it's a done deal. I ain't even gonna bother to look at mine. I don't know who I play, but it don't matter. We need too much stuff to even happen to even think about it. But we deserve to be in this division, we deserve to be in this position, So what happens if you don't play good ball? All of a sudden you find yourself looking for help and everything. Handle your own business. You don't need help, So that's a message to our locker room, 49ers done. G-Men, they're already. I'm looking at the other teams. All right, Packers, right? Packers got a chance to. Packers play the Lions last week. Yep. See what I told you? I told you last week of the season, it's all division matchups. Packers and Lions play each other, right? The first time they played, I think the Lions won. Right. The first time they played, the Lions won. So if the Lions win, week 18, they win the division, they are the number 1 seed. Period. If the Packers win, now it goes down to division record. Who got the best record in the division. But that's another big game coming up in week 18. A lot of big games going down the final week of the season. I can tell you that now. And he played Minnesota. I don't think Minnesota. Listen, Parkway can play. You know what I'm saying? I told you that. I'm just talking it up as Parkway that don't really care about the rest of the season. You know what I'm saying? So he been taking the light. But Parkway can play. And if Parkway decided to show up this game to spoil Green Bay plans of being number 1 seed, I will not be surprised if he pulled this out. Trust me when I tell you. But I don't think Minnesota will come in much of a fight. So I think Green Bay will take care of his business in this one. But that Week 18 matchup against the Lions, that's going to be something. Seahawks. Huff ain't going out without a fight. Huff upset at the Jets 55-28. That's what I said. That's what I said, bro. Same for me. Like, that's why I ain't even worrying about the being alive. We put ourselves in a position that we don't deserve. We don't deserve to have no shot at nothing. You know what I mean? So when you don't take care of handle your business, you find yourself in situations that you'd rather not be in. But once you're there, you gotta wear it. You know what I'm saying? So, but Seattle handled their business week 17. They blasted the Jets. And they play the Rams the final week. I got Seattle winning that one against the Rams. So the number 7 seed I said is who in the NFC? Who I said number 7 seed is right now. The number 7 seed is, I forgot the Bears. The Bears number 7 seed. So Seahawks plays the Rams, right? Bears plays the Vikings. And if he wins that game against Minnesota, the Bears will hold on to that number 7 spot. So Minnesota, Parkway, if you're listening, or I'ma even tag you in the chat, letting you know that's an incentive game for you, bro. You win that game against Chicago in week 18. Well, just for playing, you get an incentive. But if you win, you get a bigger incentive. See, that's how we try to do things around here. We don't want the Bears to just come in and just feel like, he's the only one playing for something. No. When you're a team like Minnesota, right, who's basically looking towards next season, what better position to be in to do something nice for this team before next season even get here. So if I'm Minnesota, I'm trying to win this game as if I needed to get in the playoffs just to crack that big incentive that's coming his way should he win. So with that being said, I'm pretty sure Minnesota's going to come and bring it against the Bears in week 18, which means that will not be an easy matchup for the Bears come week 18. So yeah, the Bears number 7 seed. Seahawks got the Rams. Seahawks, I think, got the easier route right now because if the Bears lose next week and Seattle wins, Seattle's in. And I think that's it for the NFC, right? Nobody else got a chance to catch nobody else over there. Yeah, So, yeah, man, very, very. Week 18, big time games in week 18. You know, if the playoffs started today, this is what you're looking at. These are the matchups. You know, these are the matchups. Falcons and Bucks, not only will they be playing week 18, but they could potentially be playing again first round of the playoffs. So, here's the thing about that. What do you do? Do you not care about the home field, hosting the home field game in the playoffs, and don't bring out your scheme, save your scheme for the playoffs, or do you go for it and bring everything out to get the win? Interesting decision, right? Think about it. Just think about this. Everybody gonna feel different about it. If you playing somebody week 18 and you know win or lose, you're gonna play them again in the playoffs. Do you go for the win to get the home field, or do you say screw the home field? Let's not bring out our whole playbook. Let's keep this play calls real vanilla and save everything for that playoff game, even though it means us being on the road. Something to think about, right? So very interesting to see how strategic guys are at this time of the year. Let me see something. So week 18, you got the Falcons and Bucks, right? Potentially playing, depending on what happened with this game, with Falcons game against the Cards. Buffalo and New England, you can wrap that up. Like I said, Buffalo won that division. Vikings in bed, like I said, Minnesota now know he got a sensitive game in the making. I may expect him to show up and show out. That's going to be a good one. Green Bay and Detroit. Big game, number 1 seed on the line. Texans and Colts. Don't mean much. Jags and Titans. This is I would say this will go to Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? This will go to Tennessee. Jets in Miami, big game right there. Jets need that game badly. Then you got Panthers and Saints. Then you got Giants against myself. This ain't no extended game for me. Giants won the division. Yeah, he won the division already. Right? Wait. How many losses? Yeah, Giants got 6 losses. Yeah. He won the division. But we just gonna play that game just to keep working, on, trying to get that free form down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I threw hella picks this season. It's all because I'm trying to figure out the free form. So yeah, I'm definitely going to use that game to work on what I need to work on as far as, the whole passing thing. So yeah, we will be playing that game. What was I just at? Browns and Steelers don't matter. Well, yeah, but it don't matter. Big game. Broncos and Chargers. Broncos got the tougher road than everybody to get in the playoffs. And he plays the Chiefs week 17, then he plays the Chargers week 18. But then again, how tough will this game be, right? Because if the Chargers win week 17 and he wrapped up the division, Chargers might not even play his starters. Why does he? But I tell you this, Chargers, the incentive games is not just for guys trying to make the playoffs. Incentive games is for anybody playing anybody that's trying to get in the playoffs. So even if you're a division leader, right? Because there's been times in past Maddens, right? These leagues, we got guys that win a division and they'll be like, "Yo, give them the force. I'm already in." Nah, we don't want that over here. So you guys have incentive games too, So yes, Chargers and Broncos is an incentive game for the Chargers because the Chargers technically don't have to play that game if he wins week 17. But we don't want that done over here. That's the whole sole purpose of these incentive games. We don't want nobody giving away no wins. So if you got a chance to get something extra behind it, you get something just for playing, and you get more for winning. Now, I will say this though, for the guys that's in the playoffs, division winners, your incentive is not going to be the same as a team that's out the playoffs playing spoiler, but you definitely will still get taken care of. So keep that in mind. Chargers to Broncos, that is an incentive game for the Chargers. Chiefs and Raiders, Dre said he will never lose to Lowski. I'm here to tell you, Dre, Lowski game is better the second half than it was the first half, my boy. So if you take care of your business against the Broncos, I'm pretty sure you still have to win, but do not count the Raiders out. Rams and Seahawks, like I said, Seahawks need this game, and then he need the Bears to lose for him to get in. Cards and Niners don't mean nothing, and this game don't mean nothing, so it's a lot of big games week 18, that we just covered, so I'm here for it. I'm definitely trying to see how this thing shake out, let's look and see something here. I will say this too, how many teams, is in here by Shaka? I'll say right now the Bears and I want to say E, you know what I'm saying? But, E know how to play. The Bears know how to play too, but I'm basically saying that because but the Jets got a pretty good team. You know what I'm saying? But the Bears team is horrible. I'm not even going to lie. Their team is horrible. They need a lot of work. They need a lot of work, but the Bears been making it work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's been using the Swiss cheese blitz and all that, but hey, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I say the Bears right now is the biggest surprise, being number 7 seed. You got to remember too, the Ravens made a trade with him, for his first, because the Ravens assumed that his first was going to be a top 10, top 5 pick, and he was sadly mistaken. And the Ravens gave him two number 1 picks, this year's and next year's. So that's working out for the Bears, So no matter how you slice it, I say the Bears had a successful season. Even for whatever reason he lose next week and he don't make the playoffs. The fact that he got the Ravens first this year, and he got the Ravens first next year, that's trending in the right direction. You understand? That's trending in the right direction because, that's more picks for him. It's just spaced out. But trust me, Bears had a successful season, no matter how you slice it. Then you look at the ATL, right? ATL took over a team that was 0-3, and balled out. Only lost 2 games since week 4. He lost to the Ravens just now, and he lost to the Browns early in the season. So, the Falcons, man, he definitely came and took this team in his hands and put a spin on it. Corlals was sitting pretty at one point, but now he's in a dogfight, And right now, ATL is in first in that division. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, he's the 3 seed. But again, he plays the Cardinals this week, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. Cards, if the Cards lose, I think he switches from being the 2 seed to possibly the 3 seed. Which changes the matchups. Then you got the Giants, Big Game James. Big Game James turned this whole season around. Started off slow on the 5-game win streak still, and right now, he'll be hosting the game against Green Bay. Green Bay got a big matchup coming against Detroit Lions week 18. I don't know. I'm guessing Green Bay still got a shot for the number 1 seed, because if they didn't, I would think Detroit would have that Z next to their name already, to say that they already clinched the number 1 seed. But being that they don't have that, I'm pretty sure that means that they haven't clinched the number 1 seed, which means they still got work to do. You know, so Green Bay got a shot for the number 1 seed, and I believe it's going to come down to that game. Then you look over there in the AFC, you got the Ravens, who's number 1 seed right now, balled out all season, and that's one of them. The Ravens haven't one of them seasons, right? And I'm gonna say this about Baltimore, not Detroit. Detroit ain't supposed to have the number 1 seed, right? Let's just be honest. They're not supposed to have the number 1 seed. They're Detroit. I'm not saying not supposed to be in the playoffs because he's a good player, but they're not supposed to be the number 1 seed. They playing with house money right now, in my opinion. You know, they ain't got nothing to lose. Now, Baltimore, on the other hand, they come in as favorites, you know, in the season. You know, Lamar, you know, that defense, the weapons they have. So I'm going to tell you right now, on top of that, Baltimore actually balled out. They only got 2 losses. So if Baltimore lose, if they don't get to the Super Bowl, unsuccessful season for Baltimore. You understand? And the same doesn't go for Detroit, but that goes for Baltimore. Because Baltimore already coming in, you know, with Lamar and all this stuff, and they balled out. You know, they're the number 1 seed. If Baltimore do not get to the Super Bowl, it's been an unsuccessful season. I don't care they number 1 seed. I don't care about none of that. They made it to the AFC chip. If Baltimore do not make the Super Bowl, and I ain't saying they got to win, but if they don't make the Super Bowl, unsuccessful season. Titans, another one of them teams that's I got on my list like Detroit. Like, teams that nobody's really clamoring for. But these guys did something special with them. Titans, number 2 seed right now. Titans also playing with house money. Right? He ain't got nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? So the Titans one of them teams that is like, yo, we're going to do what we do. And if we don't get it done, we don't get it done. And mind you, I'm pretty sure he's playing with the young boy, the quarterback. The black quarterback. I forgot his name. Which means that he's building them up. So if the Titans putting in his work now, he's going to put in more work later. But, you know, the flip side to that, though, everybody gets better, right? Everybody gets better. In the AFC, NFC, people get different pieces on their team. So, you know, Titans ain't the only team that will get better, but Titans is in a good, very good spot. You know, they're another team that I say, you can look up and see them in the AFC chip to go to the bowl. Wouldn't be surprised. Chiefs, right now, Dre, number 7 seed. Listen, it's a different Dre right now. As y'all can remember, Dre went down as one of the worst GMs last Madden. Now, in my opinion, Dre still is not, you know, one of the top GMs, because he still be making some trades that's head scratches. But at the same time, you know, his game is Dre can play, right? I told you that. I told you Dre can play. Sometimes Dre's just getting Dre way. You know what I'm saying? And Dre gets in Dre way, and that be the problem with it. But Dre, you know, Dre. I don't think Dre made the playoffs at all last year with the Falcons, and I think he missed the playoffs for the whole run. The whole 6 or 7 year run that we had, I don't think Dre had never made the playoffs with ATL. And he ain't the only team. I'm about to get to the other team in a minute. But right now, Dre finds himself the number 7 seed right now. And all he got to do is win. You know? So, Chiefs, they got the weapons to make it do what it do. He just got to get it done. Trey Dog, you know, he got the Chargers. He's another one of them teams, to me, that's on my Baltimore list. Like, when you look up and you look at these guys' teams, it's like you expect them to do big things. You know what I mean? But that's not no knock to them, because there are a lot of guys you could give the Ravens to, the Chargers to, and they will miss the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So let's not act like because you got certain teams, you guaranteed to make it. You still got to handle your business. Trey Dog, we all know, is solid. You know what I'm saying? Not an easy out at no times. So, come on. You want to come with me? So, Trey Dog is not no easy out. This Chargers team is going to be a tough out, no matter who they play. And he's going against the Jets right now. Well, you know, we'll see what happens. But I'm saying the Jets is one of them teams. That him too. E-Ball didn't make the playoffs the whole last year on Madden. And you can argue me about that if you want, E, but it's true, bro. Them Jets didn't do nothing. The whole last Madden. You know what I'm saying? They ain't do nothing at all. So the Jets find themselves in a good spot. You know what I'm saying? It's the spot you want to be in. Now, they're having a major letdown, though, because they're winning the division, and now they're starting to crack at the worst time. You know, but hey, they're in this position. You know, I'm sure they'd rather be in this position than not be in this position at all. Then you got Buffalo, DP. Like I said, solid user. You know, he's definitely one of them teams you look up, see him in the AFC chip, trying to get to the playoffs. So, you know, I'm not surprised to see him doing what he do with this Buffalo Bills team. He's a baller. You know what I'm saying? Along with the multiple-time Super Bowl winner, Claw, with the Browns. You know, it's like the crazy thing is these are two really good players right now on a mission to play each other in the first round. So somebody going to get an early exit out of these two, despite of how much of a good season they've been having. You know, so Browns is one of them teams that, like I said, Claw was on the tail last Madden. He had the Rams. He was balling. You know, but he's also one of them guys that I feel like he's going to turn things around the more we keep playing. You know what I'm saying? You're going to look around and start seeing him, you know, on the tail like he's been. But, you know, we all on a learning curve. You know what I'm saying? We all trying to figure this out. We all still trying to figure out how this passing thing go, and, you know, the blitzes that come in 2.5 seconds and things like that. You know, so it's a learning curve. You know, it's a learning curve. You know, it's definitely a learning curve, but hey, you know, some guys gonna adapt faster than others, and you know, it's just one of them things where it's like, yo, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know. And then it's like, you know, I look up, some of y'all now are up for worst GM already. You know how I do the Madden Awards at the end of the year. Some of y'all are really already up for worst GM, because I see some of y'all make trades, and then the way y'all play is like, why? You know, like, why are you going for certain guys and you don't even utilize them the way you're supposed to? You know, but yet you gave up some heat. You know, so, you know, but that's a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, listen, this first season it's been some disappointments, but there's been some surprises, which means that come next season, it's going to be the same. You know, that's just what it is. You know, but listen, playoffs is here. You know what I'm saying? Some people playoffs starts now. You know, some people playoffs is already here. There is no tomorrow for some guys. And I'm actually looking forward to some of these big games, like that Chiefs and Broncos game. I'm looking forward to that more than a game in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see if Dre folds to the pressure, because Dre got a history of not responding under the big lights. I've been playing with Dre long enough to know Dre does not play his best under them bright lights. Dre will do something to shoot his own self in the foot at the worst time playing under them bright lights. Denver, to my knowledge, haven't really been in this position. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to see how he do under the bright lights, because that's what it is now. It's bright lights time. This is what it's all about. This is it. Like, this is what you waited all year for. You know, even if you are in this position where it's win now or go home, wouldn't you rather be in this position to be in the position someone like myself who's just waiting for next season? So, but this is it. Some people play better under bright lights, some don't. I created the whole Heartbreak Hotel thing because I'm one of them guys that plays good at the most crucialest time, you know, the big moments, the big play. I'm one of them guys that knows how to get it done along with others, you know. But what I'm saying is that there are guys that do not play good under the bright lights. It's like the lights is too bright for them and they'll fold. We're going to see what them guys are this week with all these big games coming up for week 18, the big games this week right here. Trust me. You're gonna start seeing who performs under these bright lights. But that's what it's about right now. It's bright lights time. Ain't no more time to figure nothing out. This is it. You gotta know what you know and you gotta run with it. But we here. A couple of games I'm looking forward to, right? Like I said, I'm curious to see how is it going for the day. That Chiefs game And that Cardinals and Falcons game, what's the word on them games? Let me know what's going on with that. And I said we locked in. You know what I mean? We locked in. AGS is moving smooth. You know what I'm saying? We still got two teams over there, the Saints and the Pats. You know, they're open. AGS moving just as smooth over there like it is over here. And we about in week 7 over there, something like that. So we move right along. I will get this. I will do the midseason report over there that I didn't get a chance to do over here. All right, cool. Cards and Falcons playing now. For anybody just tuning in, big game right now, big game. And that's it, y'all. Listen, when the playoffs actually get here, we're gonna have the final result. We're gonna see what's what, and then we're gonna go from there. But that's just your playoff. That's your playoff edition on the 5th quarter. Good luck to everybody. I'll see you on the next 5th quarter. I'm out.